starting. All right, tap this little focus thing. Hopefully it stays focused on us and not the people behind us this time. Are we live? Hello, everybody. Are we live? If you are there, let us know. Mel's opening the chat now. I doubt anyone's here yet because we literally just started.
Oh, we are live.
We are live, okay.
Notification went out.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a good sign.
Let's wait for some people to show up. You guys let us know if you can hear us. We might be a little louder today. There's like thousands of people around us right now on tables playing games. War games, card games, crazy games with Play-Doh. I don't even know what's going on here. We got Kanji and Stacy and Janet and her husband playing Parks beside us. Over on a table, or not Parks. Maybe it's just Parks.
I think it's Parks, but I think there's like a little name underneath. I'm not sure.
Some kind of Parks game. I don't know. They parked themselves to play Parks on the table next to us.
Okay, so Anthony says, hello, can hear you fine. And Jackpot Man, who's been a member of the channel for 9 months, says, hey guys, can hear you fine.
Oh,
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, for the long-term support, Jackpot Man, 9 months. Appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Actually, let's see.
Thanks for supporting us and allow us to be at Gen Con this week instead of stuck in our basement streaming. You guys are actually out here. We're getting games, we're meeting publishers, we're getting work done so we can stream a whole bunch of cool games for you guys when we get back. We've been meeting with marketing people. We met with CEOs of companies today, trying to like see if they wanna send some stuff to us to play on the game on the channel, or even maybe even give us some games at the con to play. We've been checking out booths in the exhibit hall all day. My feet are killing, my legs are killing. I've been walking around since like 9 a.m. today, and it is now 7:20, and I just sat down probably 20 minutes ago.
Also, half the time you're carrying bags.
Yeah, like big bags. Like this is a small bag. This is a small bag, but I was carrying much bigger bags today, carrying bigger games back to my car and to our hotel that weigh a lot. They're big games. So yeah, you'll see some of those on the channel soon, I'm sure. Plus we got some other games just before we started streaming. Some publishers like Wise Wizard Games and Flat Hat Games hooked us up with some games here at the show to check out on the channel for you guys in the future when we get back, of course. Sean, we love you too, buddy.
We love you too. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
It was like that? Okay.
I can see the chat now. I can see the chat. I'm not going to bring it up on my phone just so it doesn't mess with maybe the Wi-Fi signal and stuff. I want to end the app that's streaming. I want to make sure it like stays live for as long as possible for us.
But we do have it up, so if you guys have any questions for us, you can post them in the chat, we can see.
Yeah, so for those who don't know what's going on, haven't been watching our impromptu last minute, no plan streams, we are live at Gen Con 2022 in Indianapolis, Indiana, the largest tabletop gaming convention in North America. This is like Eschenspiel is, if that's how you say it, in Germany and in Europe or whatever. This is like our version of that in North America. There is, I'm assuming, thousands of exhibitors, hundreds of board game publishers, tabletop gaming publishers for RPGs, board games, card games. There is like costume makers, LARP companies, like there is tabletop miniature wargaming is here in heavy force. There is like Magic the Gathering tournaments with thousands of players going on here. There's like tons of card game tournaments, miniature tournaments, board game tournaments. There's open gaming all over the place. There's tons of food. There's beer garden going on outside, a party 24/7 going on outside where they have exclusive Gen Con food items. The restaurants re-theme in the town. All the hotels get taken over. It's a big deal. Anywhere from like 60,000 to 70-something thousand usually attend Gen Con. This year I bet it's gonna be like between 50 and 60. It feels pretty packed.
Feels packed, yeah. But
not as packed as like before COVID, but still really busy. Like gaming in person is back in full force here in Indiana, in Indianapolis, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So this is the end of day 2 for us, kind of. Of course, people are gonna be here till like 2 in the morning playing games in this. We're in the gaming hall, which is huge. We're in Hall
A.
Hall A or Hall B, one of the two.
I think if we do this, they could just see behind, like move your body, right? And you could just see the people, the sea of tables that are still here gaming at 7:30. The hall has been closed.
But they'll be gaming here till like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I don't even know when they close it. This used to be a 24-hour gaming hall. but since COVID, they started scaling it back. So I think they closed it at like 2 in the morning, but I could be wrong on that. I know they do events till 2, but I bet there's still people in here gaming in the middle of the night. And if not, they're gaming in hotels. There is open gaming in ballrooms in some of the hotels surrounding the convention, which I do want to go check out. There's gaming happening in Lucas Oil Stadium down on the football field. I want to go get some video of that at some point. I hope there's Wi-Fi in there because I want to stream from there one day.
Oh, that
tomorrow.
would be so cool. Yeah, that would be a cool idea.
We got to test that.
We can try that tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to do that tomorrow. Is do our little recap. We'll do it from Lucas Oil Stadium with the hopefully with the field in the background where everyone's just gaming on the field, which is cool.
That would be cool, yeah.
And if you don't know what Lucas Oil Stadium is, it's the Indianapolis Colts, the NFL football team stadium, so it's like ginormous. And they shut it down and they take it over full of board gamers and all the rooms and everything. And on the actual field is like all gamers playing games, running events, and the board game library I think's out there and stuff. It's crazy. It's quite the spectacle. Quite the spectacle. So we made it to the end of day 2. The dealer hall closed at 6. It's only open from 10 to 6, or the exhibit hall. That's where all the publishers are in there showing their wares, demoing games, showing upcoming Kickstarters, upcoming releases, past releases, showing off prototypes or finished games, having sales, bundle deals, doing business, talking with manufacturers, all that kind of stuff. A lot of that happens here. But we basically ran around all day talking to publishers and stuff. But Mel, what did you do today for I feel like it was 5 hours?
No.
I was by myself. Let me tell you, I was by myself and I almost cried.
Oh.
I got lost in one of the aisles and I didn't know which aisle I was in. And I was trying to find some board games and I got scared. No, I'm just joking. What did you do, Mel?
So, it was only about an hour and a half, probably. But there is a free event that happens here, and it's called Paint and Take. So you just sign up, and it's first come, first serve, and they just have tables all over. They give you a mini, they have paint, they have, they only had one brush for you, so everybody was using a size 0 brush. That's fine. And then they give you these little minis, and you can kind of pick. There's a few different options. So I chose to paint, this is, I believe, a Warhammer mini, right? So I've never painted a Warhammer mini.
Yeah, it's right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know how well it focuses, but.
So I did not finish the base, but I don't know if you have, I can send a picture.
Hold it up. Does it focus on it? I don't know. I can't really tell. Let me see.
Can't really see, but.
Yeah, I can see on this.
This is the first Warhammer mini I've ever painted. But get this, the fun part of this was I got to paint with Kanji, Stacy, Janet, and her husband. We all sat down, we all painted together. It was so fun while Rob walked around and did other stuff. It was so fun. That was my first painting event ever. We got to do it all together, which was awesome. And then I never painted a Warhammer mini before.
Hey,
what?
Bob's saying this is an Age of Sigmar mini, not a Warhammer mini. Well, according to this box, it says Warhammer Age of Sigmar, which I know is not exactly Warhammer like Fantasy or 40K. And I know it's like a sub game that a lot of people are pissed at when they came out with it or whatever, but
it was so fun because
it still has Warhammer on it, right?
This event was just a free event. You just walk up with your group and they ask you how many's in your group and you sit down and you paint together. Everyone can pick the same mini, a different mini, paint however you want, but it's an awesome option if you want to try different techniques, try different paints. So they had all different kinds of brands, and then what they did was any brand that they were selling here at the con, they left it. And then any brands that are not being sold here, they covered it almost like in a movie. Where they cover
so you don't know the brand name?
So we don't know. You can tell.
You know why? I know why actually. I read about your event in the program guide, which you can see online. There's a PDF version available if you want to know what goes on at the con. But that event was sponsored by Games Workshop, by a bunch of by Reaper Miniatures.
Oh yes, that makes sense.
By a couple painting manufacturers. So they probably pay some money and donate a bunch of their product.
Yeah. And then in the hopes that you'll go into the dealer hall after you use them and you'll purchase them.
So the ones that they're covering the name on, those probably didn't donate money to help run the event and pay the staff and all that kind of stuff. So
but
it makes sense.
Yeah, but it was a super cool event. It was really fun. And we got to do it all together, so that was awesome.
Yeah. So these are the kind of crazy things going on here. Yeah, miniature painting, role-playing games, board games, card games, LARPing, cosplay. There's movies, film, video games, arcade machines, LAN parties, PC gaming. There's escape rooms going on. There's something called True Dungeon, which is like RPG and escape roomy stuff all put together. It's just crazy. People love that stuff.
Yep.
There's like a ton of stuff. There's play testing going on. You can go and just play test games. There's a board game library you can take games out of. There's just open gaming everywhere, and you can demo stuff. It's just nuts. And there's lots of shopping. If you want to buy stuff, it's here. If you want to find out about the news and stuff, there's lots of announcements that happen here. There's like live streams going on from here off of Gen Con's like Twitch channel where they do like live RPG games and concerts. Yeah, there's music. You can go watch concerts and stuff.
Yep.
There's like a dance or something on Saturday.
Tomorrow, yeah, there's a dance tomorrow. I think some people are going.
There's like meet and greet things. There's like events, tons of events where you can like learn to knit, paint, play games, design games, play test games, how to teach games, how to run a YouTube channel, stuff like that. There's like all crazy stuff like that there.
Yep. Just want to give a shout out to Jun Hong Lee. This is my first live stream. Wow. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
This is different than our normal content, of course.
Daniel Gauthier, yes, I do get jiggy with it. Yes, I do get jiggy with it. Yes, yes. I know how to bust a move, my friend. Watch out. Watch out. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're just hanging out. So this is day 2, Friday. It goes till Sunday, so there's 2 more days. In my mind, Gen Con is mainly focused on the exhibitor hall because that's where I get most of my business done. I go meet publishers, I check out games, I demo games, I try to get review copies, I purchase games, I look for deals, especially for games that I can't get in Canada or that are out of print or maybe we're Kickstarter only. You can sometimes find Kickstarter editions here or deluxe editions and stuff of games that I would normally have to pay an arm and a leg to buy in Canada and get shipped to Canada and customs fees and blah, blah, blah. So I love coming here and finding gems in the rough or games I've never seen before or games that I've had on my list for a long time and I can't find in Canada at the local game store. I can come here and buy them. So this was when I always rant at the end of a video and I'm like, guys, thank you for supporting us on Patreon and YouTube because we put that money towards games we play on the channel so we don't have to be paid by publishers. And we upgrade our equipment like this camera I'm using and these mics that I bought for the convention and the tripods and all that stuff. But also traveling to the convention. So buying our badges, well, Mel's badge, I get a press badge, but like traveling here, gas, hotel, all that stuff, we appreciate it because that comes from the funds raised by you guys on the channel that support us here. So I would not be at Gen Con since doing this full time in 2019. I have not come to a convention yet because the funds weren't really there and because COVID is a pain in the ass. But that's all kind of easing up, but without your support, I wasn't able to save to come here. So I do appreciate the support. This is like, it's just like literally like I can show now. Like I've been saying it forever. Like I swear we use money to go to conventions, but it just hasn't happened in so long. But we're here, we're doing it, so I appreciate it. Without that, without you guys, I wouldn't be able to doing this year. So I appreciate it.
Oh, and speaking of that, Matthew has super chatted $10. Thank you so much. Matthew says, "Don't spend it all in one place." LOL. Matthew, thank you.
Matthew, I don't think you understand how gravity works here in Gen Con in Indianapolis. When Gen Con's running, when you walk into the exhibit hall, there's like reverse gravity where I don't know if it's like how the money's made of, but the paper money and even the money on your credit card, somehow it floats out of your pockets and starts flying into the booths. But then it comes back as big, large boxes full of plastic and paper. It's like so weird how it works. Like you don't even know what happens, and all of a sudden you have bags in your hand and you have games, and the money's gone. So I appreciate it, Matthew, but it's probably you have to spend it all in one place because most of the things you can buy here are definitely over $10. But yeah, we'll try.
That's so funny. Yeah, the money.
But that $10 will be gone before we go walk to the washroom. Like it just comes out of your pocket and goes right to these awesome board game publishers and card game publishers.
I did. Wait. I did buy a $10 game that I'm gonna say, Matthew, thank you so much. That was because of you.
Oh yes, you did.
I did.
Do you have it?
Yep. 1 second. So that was because of you, Matthew. This is dedicated to you.
So I don't know if we'll play this on the channel for sure. Probably will because the guy had DV Games or DV Gygax, however you say that, publisher. It's like a deck detective game. It's like kind of like their Deckscape games a little bit, but it's kind of different. Mel went in the booth and really liked how these look, so we asked them to explain to us what they all were, and if we were to play one on the channel, which one should we play? And they started to describe the different ones to us, but we figured this one would be cool. So yeah, that was $10 we bought that.
Yeah, it was $10 exactly. So Matthew, thank you so much. However, Bob super chatted $20 and says, I meant to do this yesterday, but the stream died. Put this in buying the gang a drink or a small game or snack. Bob, Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Bob, for the support.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the gang is all here.
Yep.
Speaking of the gang, at least the gang we could find. Whoops, wrong way.
The gang.
So let's see if we can turn it all the way.
The gang we know about.
So the gang that we planned in advance, that we knew were coming. So just on the table beside us over here is the same gang that was on the stream last night. So we have Stacy, we have Kanji or Derek, we have Janet. I forget, or I feel so bad.
Greg.
Is it Greg? Not Craig, right?
No, Greg.
I never say it because I'm always afraid of, and Greg, if you're watching this later, which I know Janet will force you to, hello. But yeah, I'm sorry. That's why I never say your name, because I'm bad with names, remembering them. But you're awesome, dude. I love hanging out with you guys here. Anyways, and you'll hopefully watch this when we're all gone home. So
do you want to get their attention for a
so we don't
wave?
we don't have that awkward hug moment. Okay. Well, they're kind of in the middle of it, but you can go. They're playing that Parks game. If you can go steal the lid of the box and just tell them to wave over at the stream, just go around.
Hold on.
Just unclip. Okay, very gently. Okay. I'm sorry if this microphone is loud. Oh, can you guys see them? So there they are. They're just playing beside us over there. Yeah, Janet's yelling for you. She's waving at you. So you're playing. They're just playing Parks. I didn't know it was just the base.
Oh, look on the inside. Oh, I love when there's art on the inside.
Didn't you drive by this on the way here? Wrong way. Oh, Junhong Lee, if I'm saying that right, it says hello from Germany. Hello. We're from Canada, but we're in the U.S. right now. But hello, welcome. So,
did you get this one?
Yeah, Dan, thank you for the support. It says this is for alcohol only.
Done. No problem.
No problem, my friend. No problem.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan, so much for the support. You're crazy. But Junhong Lee says hi from Germany. Have you ever been to Essen? Have you ever been to Essen Spiel, the big board game convention or tabletop gaming convention in Germany or whatever? We've never been, but that's what we described. People say this is like Gen Con, where we are right now, is like that, is the best description. It has around similar attendance. They just have more games come out supposedly at Essen Spiel, because you guys are crazier about board games there, I guess. Edward says, where the food is most expensive as the games at Gen Con. Yes, Edward, you know it. Yeah, the food is expensive here, that's for sure. Everything in the city, you know, like the parking and all that stuff, they jack up the price because they know Gen Con is here.
Yep.
All the hotels get more expensive for the weekend. It's so obvious. They know about Gen Con. The city of Indianapolis and the businesses here, they know about Gen Con.
Anthony's asking, did we demo any games today?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I have a cool story for you. This one, it warms my heart. I love this little thing. So.
Oh, Anthony put it again because we missed it. We got it twice. Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, sorry
awesome.
sorry if the chat scrolled up. We'll try to answer all the questions. So here's a side story, not a Rob's rant, but just a side story. Okay. I'm not ranting. This is a good thing. We went to Osprey Games booth. So you guys know, some of you know that you always tell us we need to play the Undaunted games, and we went there to their booth. We've gone there a couple times over the weekend, and they're always busy. They're always talking to somebody. They're demoing to somebody. It's a very small booth, okay? But they have all the Undaunted games on display, but they have the boxes, but they have Undaunted Stalingrad set up on the table. And I was told I need to look into this game, and they're not usually in stock in retailers in Canada. Now they seem to be, as I looked earlier today. But I've never tried one, and I wanted to see if Mel would be interested in it. So we went there to kind of like just check the game out. And there was a guy sitting there just kind of eating a snack, and he looked like the guy who was demoing, and he was kind of like taking a break. And we just walked up for a second, and they weren't busy, and we were like looking at the game, but I didn't want to interrupt them because I could tell the guy's like drained and he's on his break.
Yeah, because it was like 5:30, so half an hour before the hall closed.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, let's just come back tomorrow. We'll check out this Undaunted series. We'll get them to explain to us which one would you know, if we're gonna stream this game and check it out, here's the games we like to play. Which Undaunted should we check out? And that kind of thing. Just chat with them, you know, casually check out the game in person because we're here, it's on the table, and somebody who knows what they're doing can explain it to us. But this guy was like, no, I can stop. I'm good. I can demo it for you. We're like, no, it's okay. We're gonna just get the, you know, elevator pitch. We're good. We can come back tomorrow. And he's like, no. I'll demo it to you. And we're like, okay, no problem. So we sit down and we tell him, like, we've never played an Undaunted. We play lots of 2-player games. These are what we play on our channel. Here's our business card. Here's what our channel's about. And he goes, you know, well, I'm not really into the business side of things here. I just design these games. And I'm like, hold on, which name is yours on the box? And it was David Thompson, who designs the Undaunted games. And he taught us Undaunted, which was super cool when you get the designer of the game with their passion, their love for their game, teaching it to you, not just a marketing jerk face. But I love marketing people, they're fine, but they try to like convince you that the games are like, you know, going to change your life and stuff. But the designers, they explain their process, their passion, what they like, what they don't like. Like, they're usually pretty honest with you, which is nice. And the love comes through for their game. So David Thompson explained the whole Undaunted series to us, but then he went into some, like, it's so cool. He started explaining some fun stuff to us. Like, there's actual names of some of the characters in this series are named after his grandfather, and then some play testers, and the actual Undaunted Normandy is based around his grandfather's actual unit. He actually personally traveled to the locations where all these places, where all the wars and battles happen for research for the game. And the other designer on the game with him, his grandfather, or his wife's father, who is Canadian, they were actually like, they knew each other, were in the same platoon or something like that. And they were like blown away and they started working on the games together. But he was telling us these other cool things about it. And it was just so neat. Like, you don't get that normally when you walk up to a booth and you have a volunteer working at the booth and they're nervous, they demo the game to you. Maybe they just learned the game that weekend and they're just trying to demo it to you. But to actually have the designer who's designed like 3 games and expansion, all this stuff, to explain to you his game and like why he made decisions in design and what kind of market he was going after and stuff. I am nerd out for that stuff. I love that stuff. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was an amazing experience. And like David Thompson, if you're watching, like I know you said you're gonna watch. No, you didn't.
No, he said he would check out the channel.
I know. He said if you're not watching this, David Thompson. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, if we get one of the Undaunted games, we'll play it on the channel. And if he doesn't watch, I'll be upset. But David, you're a cool dude, and your game looks cool. And hopefully we'll play it in the future. But those kind of demos, like really, I'll remember that for life now. Like every time I see those games, I'll think of his face and you know what he described to me. So that was a special experience. It's not always like that, but basically Undaunted and Undaunted Normandy and Stalingrad I had demoed for me today, which is cool. So yeah, so it was neat. Bob says Undaunted is a really cool game. I already thought it was pretty cool from what I saw and what I read. But the way he explained it to me, like, just every time he explained something and I asked a question, and like, you know me, I asked like the questions like, all right, but is this balanced? Or why does this do this? Or like, why can't you do it that way? He would like explain why he made those choices. And it was really cool to hear that. And it was like, okay, I respect that. So yeah, it was just neat to pick his brain. It was fun. So yeah. that was a cool experience. One of the best experiences I had this year at Gen Con for sure. It sounds like such a simple thing, but it for me, that's the kind of stuff I love. So anyways, that was cool. So yeah.
There was a question earlier that said, have we gone over our haul for today? I don't know, are you doing that now?
I don't have, okay. So we're going to do our haul video. Like, the problem is we got stuff like the first day that we like took back to our hotel before we even learned that we could even live stream.
Yep.
And even when the problem is at Gen Con, like, we're gonna drive these games home, so like we don't ship them back or anything. So we're walking around with these heavy bags, just Mel and I, and we have all these games, and it gets heavy. And you're trying to walk around the hall, and you're banging into people, and these boxes in these bags are stabbing you in the legs. The corners are banging people's legs and stuff.
Yep.
So usually once I get a few games in a couple bags, I try to take it back to the car, take it back to the hotel, and then I don't have them with me. And when I'm trying to live stream and carry around the camera, it's hard to do that when you have all these games. So usually we don't have the games with us when we're live streaming. So what I'm gonna do is do like a stream later from the hotel, maybe before we leave, or when we get home on better cameras and everything, and better internet connections, better microphones and stuff. we'll do like a haul video or
like
a haul
whole
stream.
haul.
Yeah, we can talk about most of it, no problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, just kind of go over what our experiences were. We'll have a recap of Gen Con in general. These streams are just kind of a check-in for fun because I'm streaming from Gen Con, which I never thought would be a thing, which is
That's
so
crazy.
cool.
And even I think it was Daniel that had said, like, Daniel can't believe how good these streams look and sound for being at Gen Con.
Yeah, I've been working on this like since I've been coming here since 2013. I've been trying to film and stream at Gen Con. It's always a challenge to be in an uncontrolled environment, trying to have technology work with the crowded, the noisy, the poor wireless conditions because of everyone's cell phones and cameras and payment systems and stuff. It's always a pain in the ass here to be out in the wild and try to get content and like smooth good footage and stuff, but to be able to stream at least somewhat until it drops is like really nice. So like I love it. I'm having so much fun, and I love that I can check in with you guys instead of just like filming videos and then trying to post them like 2 weeks later and stuff, which I will still try to do, but it's cool to check in. So,
and Steve also says, and masks too. We have to wear masks while we're in here,
yeah,
right?
this is annoying.
We weren't sure how well you'd be able to hear us with masks on as well.
Yeah, this is annoying. So what I want to go over is we do have some games with us because we grabbed these just before the hall closed. So the folks over at Wise Wizard Games, the guys who make Star Realms, Hero Realms that I love, they also do Epic the card game, which I think is really cool. I just won't play it that often. What else do they do?
Well, right now there's the Star Realms Legacy.
Star Realms Legacy they're promoting.
Yeah.
They have some game called Kapow that I don't know much about. But we've been trying to get a hold of a game that we were told is really cool. I remember looking at this like a year or two ago, and I wanted to get it. But somebody told me about it recently. I don't know if it's Dan Roberts or somebody was saying we'd like it. But there was someone else that emailed me about it like maybe like 6 months ago. But they have a game called Sorcerer. I don't know with the glare, like what you can see here, but this is Sorcerer. I'm not going to take the shrink off it now, but...
Oh, you can see it. It's kind of glary, but you can still see it.
I know, like I don't want to shine like lights back into the camera, but... so Sorcery is like a 2 to 4 player like fantasy battling wizard kind of card game, whatever. But it looks really neat. I'm probably not describing it well, but I remember researching it like a year and a half ago, and I've always wanted it. So we went by the booth, we talked to Debbie at the company, and we told her, you know, that we're interested in it. And we worked with her before with the digital stuff that we streamed. And she just grabbed us a copy and said, here you go, have fun. So thank you, Debbie. You're awesome.
Yeah, you're awesome.
And so we will be checking this out on the channel for sure, because I've just personally wanted it. Always looked cool. I just didn't get it on the Kickstarter or anything. So I've never had a chance to play it. So I know I'm a little late to the party, but doesn't mean the game's not cool.
You can put it over here if you need it.
Yeah. And then, so Colby at Plaid Hat Games. If anyone knows Colby Dulce from Plaid Hat Games, I know this guy because I remember when we got into gaming, we fell in love with Dead of Winter, which was published by Plaid Hat Games. And I was always interested in some of their other games as time went on. I remember reaching out to them before when I was growing as a YouTuber, you know, trying to get press copies when I had no money to try to play games on the channel. They never really responded. They ended up getting like bought by Asmodee. They were under the Asmodee umbrella. I remember working with Asmodee and stuff, but I never got a Plaid Hat game to play and check out. And we eventually played Aftermath, which we bought ourselves, and we played through it on the channel. We had fun, right?
Yeah.
And then Familiar Tales was coming out, so I was interested in that. Well, we were in the booth, walking by the Plaid Hat booth, and we saw Colby, and I recognized him because I've seen him in videos before. I've been interested in his stuff, and I respect what he did with his company, you know, and leaving Asmodee and like trying to go off again on his own. And I can appreciate that. They make beautiful games over at Plaid Hat Games. They always have. I've always appreciated the quality of their stuff. So I went and talked to him and introduced myself and explained who we were. And he was super cool. He liked our mission statement and like what we plan on doing. So he was super kind.
Yeah, he was so nice.
And he just started grabbing games off the shelf and throwing them at us. Anyone that we kind of said we were interested in. So we got Familiar Tales. Okay, we got Familiar Tales. This is one I wanted back when it originally came out a long time ago. Summoner Wars. It's like the redone version, the base set for it. So we're gonna check that out at some point. And then they have like a new version of Quirky Circuits. I remember when this was a big hot game at Gen Con, but they're doing a new version of Quirky Circuits that is kind of the same thing like Jaws of the Lion was for Gloomhaven. This version of Quirky Circuits is like a more streamlined, simple, cheaper version to try to get it into like Walmarts and Barnes and Nobles and stuff. But he wanted us to check this out, so I don't know if I'll stream this one. Probably though.
Yeah, we could probably just do one at least and see what the game is.
I know I wanted this game when it first came out. It's a Nikki Valens game. She used to work for FFG and worked on like Arkham horror games and stuff, so I can respect her designs. But it's like a robot programming game, but it's got like a cute aesthetic to it. But supposedly it's pretty hardcore, considering what the aesthetic looks like. But so we're gonna try that out. So thank you, Colby at Plaid Hat, for believing in us to give us your games to try on the channel. So I appreciate that. Sorry, I need a drink again, but
no worries, no worries.
But yeah, so we're gonna check some of that stuff out on the channel. So it was really cool of him to do that.
Oh yeah, and we got to check out, this is a game that's coming to Kickstarter in October. What is it called? The Stiffling Dark. And it's kind of like a one versus many game. They have an interesting mechanic where you can, with the flashlights and how the flashlight is lined up in certain spots, you can see. I'm really interested in this game. I'm gonna check it out, but yeah, we got to talk to them about that, which is really cool.
So Stifling Dark is in the same category as one of my favorite games is Fear of Dracula. I also love the game from Ares Games. Another hidden movement, one versus many game is Last Friday.
Yeah.
I know there's like Letters from Whitechapel. There's another one that I was interested in before, but I love Fear of Dracula. I love Last Friday. I know there's other ones like a Lord of the Rings one, that Hunt for the Ring or something. I actually saw that here, and I've been looking for that game for feels like 5 years.
Oh, okay.
That reminds me. But Stifling Dark is in that same category. They had a nice prototype here, their first prototype they got. We looked at the game, we love that kind of game.
Yeah.
So we were like, we're interested. So I don't know, maybe we'll have, maybe get in on that later and be able to make some videos of that, but we'll see.
But either way, it's coming to Kickstarter in October, but it just looked really cool anyways. Yep. So we checked that out.
Scott Jansen, thank you, Scott.
So much.
Thank you for the super chat. Says thanks for streaming.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Now, you guys are like thanking us for taking the time to stream. To be honest with you, we're just appreciating the chance to sit down and rest our butts.
That's true.
And our legs, yeah. So we're enjoying this right now.
Yeah.
This part does not feel like work.
No.
Running around the hall, handing out business cards and trying to let people know about the channel. That's the work part for sure.
Yeah,
and lugging games around. The rough life, lugging all those games around. It's I'm gonna have huge pipes. I'm gonna have shoulders that go up to my ears when all my muscles when we're done this. But
Ken says no rest for the wicked. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we'll kick up our feet back at the hotel in a bit and relax to get ready for another 12 plus hours of running around Gen Con tomorrow for sure.
Oh, Matthew says, I'm in the process of painting Familiar Tales. Wish I would have waited to copy Mel's painting. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But the minis in here do look so super cute in Familiar Tales. Yeah, so I'm excited to paint them. Yeah.
I like the ones in Aftermath too.
That
was so
them.
cool. Yeah,
I
they
love
were cool.
Them. Yeah. So
yeah, we like the story campaign games and stuff. So yeah, it should be fun.
So I'm excited to paint that as well. Matthew will have to post some pictures because maybe I can copy you. Give credit to you.
Edward says Summoner Wars and Undaunted. Now you just need to check out Memoir. Okay, I have Memoir 44. I've played that game. I've just never streamed it, and Mel's never played it. No. I still want to play Memoir 44 on the channel. That's on my bucket list. It's been on my bucket list for like 10 years, I think. But we will stream that at some point. But yeah, Memoir 44, I love it. It's so fun. It's so light, and I know I make fun of light games sometimes that I'm not interested in them, but I love Memoir 44. That's so fun. Brings me back to the days of playing with the little green army men with my little brothers and stuff. But you can take it serious and then make war noises with your soldiers and your tanks and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
We'll be super serious. No,
I don't know what those noises are, so you have to tell me in advance. It's not like the pew pew, right?
No, that's like lasers. So
okay, so it's not Star Wars noises.
I'll teach you when I'm teaching the game how to make the proper sounds of all the machinery and stuff in the game.
It's not like bam, pow, whack.
No, that's how we play Marvel Champions now and Sentinels in the Multiverse.
I don't know what those other noises are.
Don't worry, I'll teach you. We'll do it right on stream. Don't worry, we'll do it right.
Okay.
Super serious. We'll be super serious.
Oh gosh.
Heather says some of the Academy Games are great intro war games. I think Academy Games is here. I see their booth, but I'm not familiar with their games, Heather. I don't know what it is. Maybe some of the games don't attract me, but are they the ones that make like that Underground Railroad game and stuff? Like the 18XX games maybe? Is that Academy Games? I'm sorry if I'm like not having the wrong company.
While you're looking that up, Bob does say that Bob and Brian have been playing Memoir 44 on BGA for a couple of weeks now.
Oh, Heather says yes. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they make some cool stuff, but I just have never, I don't know if I've owned any of their games, but I have at previous Gen Cons like demoed their games before, and I can appreciate what they're doing there. I've just never played them, that's all.
Oh, and I missed this, sorry. Ken says, agree to haul stream when you get back home would be cool. Showing some of the components and a playthrough. That would be cool, yep.
Not 18XX, the Underground Railroad. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, just the different 18XX games? I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna look it up. If it works. I'm gonna go on BGG. Academy Games. BGG. I wanna see. Oops. I wanna know who we're talking about here. Because I might be talking about the wrong company. Oh, yes. Yeah, they do make Freedom, the Underground Railroad. Sorry, I was confused. But they do make like the 1775 like historical games, right?
Yeah, and Edward says the 1775 Rebellion and
yeah.
the 848 Vikings are my favorite from Academy, along with Freedom, the Underground Railroad.
Okay, Freedom looked really cool. I remember that first year it came out at Gen Con. Everyone was super excited. It looked so cool, but I never got it, never played it. But we learned all about that in growing up, like in history class, right? Like, because like Canada, helping the slaves escape through the Underground Railroad from the U.S. to Canada. That is something we're taught in school, and like that, I'm proud as a Canadian to be like on the good side of that. I really like that story. So like the fact that the game is made with that theme, that's like a big deal, right? Because a lot of companies will shy away from stuff like that, which I think is really cool. But yeah, 1775. I knew. Sorry, I said 18XX games, but those are like all railroad games or something, right? But they make like the historical games. I see. Okay. That's cool, Heather. That's cool. They are here, I think. I think they are here. At least they usually are. 1775 is like ranked 441 overall.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool for like a war game that like you don't hear talked about like that often, at least in our circles, like that kind of stuff, right?
Awesome. That's awesome.
Cool, Heather. Thank you for the education. I appreciate it. Elaine says Conflict of Heroes is the one he knows. Oh, I see that here.
Oh yeah, and Bob likes that too. Aegis of Mayhem is one of theirs you might like, says Bob.
I'm gonna look into these actually. They're rated like really well. Like the people like these, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really looked into them.
We can check them out.
Yeah. Never played it. One day. Yeah, one day. I'm sure I'll find time to play all these games. No problem. No problem. What else? Yeah. Yeah, we talked to some people from some other companies, some publishers, marketing people. We don't have the games yet, so I don't usually like to mention games that we could get sent to us, but might not get. We'll see. But you'll see them on the channel if we do get them. But yeah, that's all I can really say. I hate talking about games that I don't have, and then they don't show up, and then people are like, "Where's that game? Where's that game?"
Yeah.
But we should have a handful of different games on the way to us after the con, if not more. We'll see.
Yeah, connections were made.
Yes. And some games that we were going to pick up here, they run out of copies, but the companies are cool, and they're going to send us some later. So we'll hopefully get some of the games that sold out at the con, maybe later.
Sean's asking, did you guys happen to run into fellow gaming YouTubers like Rodney or some Rob's Gaming Table fans or fan stories on site?
I've seen other content creators. I haven't seen Rodney here. I don't know if he...
No, I didn't see
I haven't seen him the last couple of times we were here, but I've run into him in the past. I saw the Dice Tower people. Obviously, they're at their booth. We actually had Roy from the Dice Tower. I know you guys were harassing us to look into... Dying Light, is it, or what's it called? Last Light?
Yeah.
Dying Light, Last Light, similar. I was on the right track. I remember we were looking at the Gen Con list of games. You guys were mentioning Roy from the Dice Tower designed that Last Light game. We were actually checking out a game of Ages of the Empire. No, After the Empire. Man, I am so tired right now. After the Empire, and Roy came up and demoed us After the Empire, which he loves,
Yeah.
but also is published by the same publisher who's making his game. So I can see why there's some love there, and they obviously have mutual respect and love for the hobby, I can tell. But we also got to meet the designer of After the Empire, and he signed our copy of the game. We bought the deluxe edition. It looks awesome. I want to play that game. But yeah, Roy, we got to talk with Roy, and he taught us that game, which was cool. So yeah, we saw him and talked to him and stuff. But
we saw some fans. People definitely stopped us here and there and said hello, which is amazing.
But I will say I've noticed something. In past years, we've had way more people walk up to us, shake our hands, thank us, and tell us they love the channel and watch us. But because of these things, I highly believe nobody recognizes people as quickly or at all because we're all wearing masks. So if they don't know what my eyeballs look like, and a lot of people who meet us go, holy crap, I didn't know you were so big or so tall or whatever.
Everyone that has met Rob has said that.
Yeah. So people are like, whoa, you're not what I expected you to look like, you know. So unless they see my badge or see Mel and recognize Mel, I notice less people have been walking up to us because most people are like, a lot of people can't do the facial recognition when half your face is covered, right?
Yeah.
So I don't recognize people a lot that I probably should. I probably walked by people I know and I didn't say anything to them because I didn't realize it was them. And I was complaining about that before coming. So hopefully in a couple of years we can come here without a mask on again, because I honestly was like kind of on the fence about coming because of the mask thing.
Yeah.
I like the idea of wearing a mask to help keep everyone safe and not spread COVID. But I hate the idea. I have a stupid big head and mask. It's hard to find a mask that fits that doesn't hurt my ears or hurt my face. So these, I every time I go to the hotel at night, my ears are all red. And
well, you can probably even see it. He gets like lines on his face.
Yeah, like it's so
you can
tight.
See, like the lines
it
on
hurt.
his face.
This mask hurts me wearing it all day. Like we have other masks that are looser, but they're like crappy fabric masks that don't really work. So we wear these like medical masks, but they don't make them like big enough to not hurt me wearing them for like 12 hours straight. So I don't know. And I keep changing the mask, so I keep putting on like new tight elastics, which probably is hurting too. But yeah, it's punishing. So like I don't stay at the con as long as I normally do. I go back to the hotel just so I can take my damn mask off and chill. So that's annoying, but it hasn't ruined the con or anything. It's just an annoyance, and I wish we didn't have to do it.
Yeah, I think it was easier for people to recognize us actually on Wednesday night when we were outside.
Yeah,
because when we were outside,
that's when most people came up to us.
We were outside at the beer garden area, and we didn't have masks on because it was all outdoors and you didn't have to wear a mask. So our group was just standing at a table drinking and chatting, and that was when we got recognized the most. Yeah,
we're just drinking some Gen Con beer and wine. It was all official Gen Con beer and official Gen Con wine, because we're just, you know, we're just ballers like that. It's
well, I'm gonna thank Stacy sitting over there who bought my wine. So thank you, Stacy.
I'll have to thank Mel who bought my beer. Thank you, Mel. Thank you for buying my beer.
No
problem. Trey's here. Trey is someone who I've met at past Gen Cons. Trey Alslup. I never say your last name right. I know I don't, because I always say Aslup, but that's not right. Trey, are you here this year? Did you get down to Gen Con? If you're still here, Trey. I met Trey playing Game of Thrones, the card game. Trey's awesome. I remember you, Trey. I remember you. Yeah, I miss a lot of people that I would have bumped into that we used to see. Like we're not playing in a tournament this year. This is the first year I've come to Gen Con and not played in any tournaments, but I've come to Gen Con and played in like 4 tournaments before, or at least one big tournament, and we filmed them. But this year it's like the first Gen Con I've come to and not been involved in a tournament. My first Gen Con in 2013, the driving reason we came down was to play in Game of Thrones First Edition. In our second ever tournament we ever went to playing a card game, we came to the Gen Con Nationals or whatever for Thrones, which was stupid when I look back on it. I don't know why I did that. Obviously crazy. I got my butt kicked. I went 3-3 or whatever. But it was fun. So that was like my second experience with a tournament. The first one was at a local store in a mall where we had like 8 players in the tournament. And I was like, this is so fun. How do I go to a bigger tournament? And then I found Gen Con, drove for 8 hours, went there and played in Game of Thrones. And obviously the history books were written, and I got hooked on competitive card gaming with Fantasy Play Games LCGs. And that was my driving reason for coming to Gen Con, was to play Game of Thrones, with the people who love Game of Thrones, because I didn't have many of those living near me, so that was fun.
Cobalt Gamer also says, due to the mask requirements, I skipped out on Gen Con and Origins, and I think that's the case for a lot of people. So I think if they lift the master's requirements next year and we're able to come next year, I think there'll be a lot more people that we know from the channel here.
Bob, get out of here. How can subscribers not know what you look like, even if they don't recognize you? Mel is surely a giveaway. Small, perfectly formed, and cute.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
Thank you.
Someone get him out of chat. How dare... No, I'm just joking.
Someone did say I look nicer in person than on camera, so I don't know if that's a bad thing.
Okay, someone said, Rob, you look taller in person than I expected. Mel, you look better in person than I expected. Or something like, you look even better in person. I'm like, okay, thanks.
I'm like, is that offensive? Do I look terrible on camera?
No, but I loved it because it goes with our shtick, right? Like,
yeah, and I guess too, because you see us sitting all the time, right? So you don't actually realize how much taller than me Rob is until we're standing next to each other, and I'm like at his shoulder.
I'm hunched over right now so that I'm fitting in the camera shot, and Mel's sitting up really tall so she's above me.
But like, if
I'm just sitting, and like, this is how much taller I am just sitting.
So I'm like just over his shoulders normally when we stand, so people always go, whoa, you're so much taller than I thought.
Yeah. Mel has to sit on a booster seat when we stream. No, I'm just joking, she doesn't do that. Hey, Beatles, how's it going?
Hello. Oh, here's the thing. Sean says, Rob, you're known to wake up early during the week, and Mel sleeps a little late. Mel, are you sleeping in much?
No, she's up only like a few minutes after me. Except for one of the days, I was up at 5:30. She got up at 8. 7. Sorry, 7. Corrected 7.
7 is early. Like,
yeah, 7
my preferred time to wake up is 9.
Okay, 7 is not early if we go to bed at like 11 or 12 is fine. But when we're here, we go to bed a lot later, so getting up at 7 is a little rough. But and after a hotel sleep, when you're in a bed you're not used to, there's noises you're not used to.
The temperature regulation is different.
Yeah, the AC unit is not as cool as the one we have at home, or like doesn't work as great as the one we have at home. Like it's not consistent.
Even the lights, right? Lights coming in from the blinds or under the door, or little lights on the ceiling or whatever.
Yeah, anyone who's staying in a hotel knows like first night or the first couple nights are always annoying. It's just never the same. But Gen Con wears you out after a couple of days that you'll sleep anywhere.
Yeah, I definitely slept very good. I'm sleeping very good. Sean, that's the best question ever.
Yeah. Elaine says, though, I would love to go to Gen Con. I just find the idea so daunting.
It is overwhelming.
Like I say with every board game, it is not for everyone. So there is a board game for you, but not every board game I play that's out there is for everybody. The same is for Gen Con. Gen Con is not for every board gamer or tabletop gamer or RPG gamer. It is a very heavily attended con. It is a very high bustle, lots going on, very high sensory overload. There's so much to do. You can't do everything. A lot is out of your control. Everything is very large. Like, it takes up a big portion of the city. Just for me to walk to go grab a beer at the beer garden right now, I have to walk for like 15 minutes through the convention hall just to get on the other side of it. We're on the opposite end of it, and it's so far away right now.
Yeah.
And not to mention, we had to go to a hotel through the skywalks or to grab food or whatever. Everything's it takes up multiple blocks of the city. So it's very, very spread out, lots going on. And where was I going? And the crowds, it's like very full, lots of crowds. So it is not for everybody. There's a lot of walking, a lot of noise, a lot of people, a lot of crowds. You can avoid the crowds a little bit, but like if you go in that exhibitor hall or you're here in the morning rush for the getting the games, it's busy, it's packed, it's crowded. I get frustrated. I'm swearing under my breath all the time because people are stopping in front of me, banging into me. I'm trying to film something and they're like walking in my way or like breathing down my neck or not respecting other people's space and stuff. It gets pretty crazy. So yeah, it's not for everybody. Definitely not for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not here telling you come to Gen Con. I will explain to you what I can about Gen Con to inform you. I love Gen Con, but there's things I hate about it.
Yep.
But there are conventions.
Too much talking for Rob. While you think of what your thought was, Matthew's going to try to get it here next year to Gen Con, and also Kevin says, hi Rob and Mel, I think I've convinced my wife to go to Gen Con next year, so hopefully we can all meet up. You could probably do that and take it off.
Well, what if the mask police come?
There's nobody like right around here.
Sorry, excuse me, guys.
Do you have water still or no?
No. You have?
No, but I can go get some. I'll just go out that door. Okay, I'm gonna go get some water.
Thank you.
No problem.
I have like a dry throat. I've been talking all day to people in the convention hall. We're in the exhibitor hall. Also, I think breathing through a mask, there is something about that like dries out my throat. I just don't have any lozenges. And I normally have a lozenge near me on stream when I talk too much and my voice wears out. One sec. Live streaming fun. We're gonna figure it out live. I'm just looking if I have any lozenges or anything. No, I don't. Son of a bee. Okay. So Joey's asking, how is the BO though? Okay, wearing a mask actually helps you not smell as much BO, but there is some of it, and it is a thing. It is a thing. We talked about it on our pre-Gen Con streams. It's like a lot of people aren't bathing. They're not staying out too long. It's hot here. It's in Indianapolis. It's humid. A lot of air conditioning in the hall though, but there's some people who aren't taking care of themselves for sure. Every now and then I get a big whiff of BO up the nose when I'm like close to somebody. But it's not as bad with the mask on, I've noticed. Like it does hide some of that. Which is kind of nice. Yeah, at conferences, conferences like are busy. But what I was gonna say before was, if Gen Con, like a busy conference or convention, like Comic-Con and stuff like that, there is like smaller conventions. So there's like comic conventions that are like local to us that are much smaller, more casual. There are board gaming conventions that are local to us that are smaller, more casual, that are more about playing games and meeting people and just playing games casually. Not about the hustle and bustle of new game releases and limited copies and 60,000 people. There's ones that have 1,000 people, and they're very friendly, and there's people teaching games a lot. There is that here too, but you can go to cons that are more relaxed, more chill, and maybe Gen Con's not for you, but maybe you probably have a local tabletop gaming convention that maybe has like 500 people that attend every year and is growing. Maybe look into one of those first and go to those. Sometimes you'll have publishers there, maybe not, but you might just have the local game stores have a booth there, and it's just more chill. I've been to some smaller conventions, they're fun, but of course I do a YouTube channel and I'm trying to find the new cool games to play, or like old cool games to play I've never heard of, or just see what people are interested in, talk to publishers and stuff. So like I have other reasons to come here, but if I just wanted to find people to play games and teach me games and all that kind of stuff, I could just probably drive 20 minutes and go to a con for a weekend and kind of get stuff like that done. But yeah, you don't have to go to Gen Con as your first convention. I probably don't recommend that. But if you've been to like a work convention or work conference, like, where there's lots of booths and stuff like that, I've been to a bunch of those for work and things, but they're never as busy. That's like more controlled. And it's not like people running around trying to get exclusive stuff. It's more like a Comic-Con here. Like if you look at like San Diego Comic-Con, for example, that is like the pop culture mecca where people are lining up for limited toys and running to panels and sleeping overnight in tents so they can be the first to get in on a panel or get a limited edition statue of whatever superhero or whatever. They have stuff like that here. This is obviously not nearly as big as that because it's just tabletop gaming, right? Which is not as big as pop culture, right? As big as Comic-Con. But that's always the best I can compare it to, is like Comic-Con in San Diego is like the busiest, craziest, most insane convention for that kind of thing. This is like that for board gaming in North America. So that's like the best I can, but I would never recommend go to San Diego Comic-Con for like your first, convention to get into pop culture and stuff like that. There's definitely local comic or movies and TV and like kind of pop culture conventions that you can find that are closer to you, maybe, unless you obviously live in San Diego, California or something. But you can work your way up. There's always smaller conventions that you can go to work your way up to like the larger crowds and stuff. And it's probably cheaper and an easier way to find out if it's even for you. Because it would suck to travel all the way to Indianapolis, buy the badges, get to the convention and find out you're gonna have anxiety attack, right? So like work your way up to it if it's interesting. But I'm not here to tell you get your ass to Gen Con, because it is not for everybody. It is very overwhelming, that's for sure. Yes, Edward, I agree. I've been to Origins a few times. That is like what I considered like a mini Gen Con. It's similar, but the dealer hall's way smaller. Some of the same publishers are there, but it's not as busy. It actually has an extra day or so on it, so you can see more. There's not so many things to do, so you're so overwhelmed that you feel like you're missing things. But it's still the same audience. It's literally like a month and a half apart. It's like only not a few hours away, but it's like, you know, it's in the same area of the country in the US. Like it's as close to you get as like the same time of year, same kind of weather-ish. It's cheaper. Origins is definitely cheaper. You'll get cheaper hotels. It's cheaper to park usually and all that kind of stuff. Food is cheaper. The North Market is amazing. I love eating in there. But yeah, I would recommend Origins. Go to that before you go to a Gen Con, so you're not in the hole as much. And you know, you can find out if you like those kind of conventions for sure. PAX U, PAX Unplugged, yes, in Philadelphia. I have never been, but hopefully this year, maybe this year I can go for the first time. I've been trying to go there ever since the very first year, but I might be able to swing it this year. We'll see. No promises. But Tiny, yes, I want to go to PAX Unplugged. That is also another option. So PAX conferences, they are like, those guys know how to put on a convention. But they do like PAX East, West, South, whatever. All these different PAX conventions that are all like pop culture, video gaming, all that kind of stuff. But they do PAX Unplugged, which is like trying to be like, you know, playing on the Unplugged thing. It's not all about video games. It's all about board gaming, tabletop gaming, RPGs, card games, all that stuff. And that's been growing like crazy. And those guys know how to do a convention from everything I've read and seen. So yeah, if you're on the East Coast, check out PAX Unplugged in like, I think late November, early December every year. They usually do it late in the year in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, if I'm correct. Tiny, you can correct me on anything I'm saying wrong here. But yeah, I've looked into it a few times. I do want to go there. But from what I've been explained by the publishers who go to Gen Con, Origins, and PAX Unplugged, and UK Games Expo, and Essen, I've talked to different publishers about all the types of conventions and how they find them. And they say PAX Unplugged is like its own special thing. It's like its own special audience. It's a totally different, like, casual gamer, more of a video gamer, not such a hardcore board game audience. In past years, it's getting more like hardcore gamers are showing up there and stuff, but it's a different kind of audience and a different kind of vibe and a different feel. They try to put on kind of a different type of convention, and I've always been curious and wanted to see it because of that. So I'll be excited to explain like that one after I've gone to it and compared to Gen Con and Origins. I don't know what happened to Mela. Hopefully he's okay. I hope she didn't get lost and accidentally fall into a game demo and come back with 3 board games she bought. We'll see. She's looking for water. They have like water dispensers around the convention, and they have like filtered water, but some of them are like warm. Like the refrigeration system on them is like failed. So drinking warm water from your water bottle when you're like dying of thirst is not the most fun. So she probably looked for a cold one. Did you find a cold one? Oh, it feels kind of cold.
I went to the same one we went to at when we stopped.
Oh no!
Because I went all the way upstairs. Is it cold?
It's not cold, but it's not as warm as it was last time at that one.
Yeah, last time it tastes like bath water.
Yeah, there's all over the place, but it's hard to remember which ones actually have cold water and which ones are like not cold water.
But I think only the cold water ones are upstairs. I did go up the escalator here, but it just takes you to a hotel, and I walked a little while and there's no water thing, so then I came back down.
So Tiny is saying PAX U, tickets are available now for PAX U. It's a ton of board gaming at PAX U, highly suggest going. Billy's saying, warm fountain water.
Yeah, it's like bath water.
Bob's saying tomorrow the restroom should be a joy.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're getting there. We'll see.
Yeah.
The ones I used today were pretty clean, but you go here for a few years, you start to learn the good ones. If anyone's ever seen the Seinfeld episode where like George is talking about all the best washrooms in the city and he has them all like mapped out and stuff, I've kind of been doing that for Gen Con over the years and finding out which ones on which days get cleaned more, are less attended. And you know, I'm not gonna say like certain types of gamer segments within the tabletop gaming community are maybe worse to the washrooms than others. But if you go to a washroom near like the Wargamer area versus the like RPG area versus the miniature painter area versus like versus like the dealer hall area versus like
the family
area versus the crafting area, you get like a different kind of like cleanliness to the washroom. I find some people take care of the washrooms and respect the washrooms more than others, and some washrooms are just less populated than others. I know this is really important information. I hope you're writing this all down. But yeah, so I try to like go to certain washrooms in certain situations and times where I think it might be a little more like clean and that. But yeah, sometimes by the end of the weekend, the washrooms that are near the tournaments get pretty swampy.
Swampy is what the word you used.
Swampy is the word that I've heard it described.
I've never heard that before.
And swampy is the word near the Magic the Gathering tournament area. Yeah, I'm talking about you guys. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say, going into the women's washroom is not terrible.
Am I selling you guys on Gen Con yet?
But the worst thing is the warm water. I can't.
The warm water. Yeah, that's new though. That wasn't like that last time.
Yeah. It's gross.
We're going to put that in our survey after Gen Con. What we want fixed next year. Like last time we were here, they installed all those, and when they were all cold, they were all amazing. But I don't think they've been upkeeping them.
Oh, I don't know.
Or they have reservoirs on them, and the ones that are in the busier areas just get drained before the water can get cold.
I don't know.
But I don't believe that, because some of them there's like no one at them for a while, and you go up and they're like still warm.
Yeah.
But like, why is the water warm and not just like room temperature? Like,
yeah, it's warm. Like
heated water.
Heated water.
I think someone's messing around with those things or something.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like a switch on the back.
I don't get it.
Someone's trolling us. I don't know.
It's bad. It's bad.
But yeah.
You know what, though, I did bring, and maybe I need to bring them tomorrow. The women's washrooms aren't swampy. I don't know what this means, but yeah.
Bob says, I bet those Game of Thrones tournament players leave the washrooms like a wasteland. No comments. No comment. I'm not going to speak about my people.
I do have packets of crystallized lemon.
Oh, yeah,
I wonder if I throw that in, because then maybe it'll just taste like a
warm lemonade.
A warm, like, you know how sometimes if you have a cold or a sore throat, you drink like hot lemon or hot honey tea. Maybe it'll just feel like I'm drinking that all day. I don't know, but it's so bad. I'm excited to get back to the hotel room and drink a nice cold beer in an hour or so. And like I get back to the hotel and I just chug bottles of water. Tiny says bacteria will generate a lot of heat. Oh my God, no. Oh my God. I'd throw some iodine tablets. I can't even explain how bad. Like I wish I had like a thermometer in it to tell you the temperature. Board game time is here. Hey buddy. Hello. Favorite booth so far or saving for the post-con Gen Con vid? Well, okay. Favorite booth so far is fine because we still have 2 full days to go. So yeah, we haven't seen everything yet. Okay. I'll name a few cool booths. I'll name one, I guess. Yep. So, cool booth, not necessarily game-wise and all that, but the cool booth, I think, is the Everdell booth. Well, that's Tabletop Tycoon, for anyone keeping track. That's the publisher. They have a nice little setup. I got some video footage of it. I don't know if it'll look any good or not. They like surrounded by like a white picket fence. They have a giant tree. Yeah, they have a giant, like, I don't know what it's made out of, giant tree, like, to the ceiling that you can actually go into and stick your head out and they'll take a picture of you for like a photo opportunity. Yeah. And they have white picket fences and the tables are all beautiful and the games are all set up nice. And you can play like Everdell in like a little foresty looking booth. It looks awesome. The upper deck, they always come here and do it big. In the upper deck booth, they're promoting their new Legendary Encounters game, which is the Matrix. So they have like the Matrix theme, like a tunnel you can go through that has all like these LED green lights making it look like the Matrix is coming. Oh, they're doing an event behind us. They're starting an event at the table behind us and they're yelling, so hopefully that's not too bad on the stream. But we'll wrap this up soon. Another cool booth, I'm trying to think about booths that are like eye-catching, they put some money into it. I mean, just over here. Oh, yes. Oh, you might be able to see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but let me see. I'm gonna unplug.
I don't know if you can see that monster truck back there, but they have a Bigfoot roll and write game, and they have their booth like in the middle of the gaming hall, and they actually have the actual Bigfoot monster truck is here in the con. You can get your picture with it. And they're demoing the game with like checkered flags and all this stuff. It looks like a race area. It's kind of neat. They spent some money on their booth for sure to bring an entire monster truck in the hall.
Yep.
Who else?
Who
I'm trying
else
to
had
think.
a cool booth? Again, we didn't see all of them yet.
I'm walking through the hall in my mind right now, trying to picture like where I was like, ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think, man. My brain is fried right now. But those two come to mind. Upper Decos does a cool booth. They put
the
some money
Matrix
into it.
one was cool. Very cool.
You know who has the craziest booth here this year? Is eBay.
Oh, yes.
eBay, the tiny little website. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this website, but it's this super small website barely anyone uses, right? It's not hasn't been around for long. But eBay, I'm just kidding. eBay, the monster e-commerce website, actually has a giant 2-story booth here. They're like live streaming from it on the 2nd floor. They got a huge sign, big booth. They're here to promote selling like Magic cards and board games and card games online and all that kind of stuff. The same way they go to other cons and promote that they like the shoes, selling like rare Nikes and stuff like that. They're just there. I don't know. That company is doing some crazy stuff. They're just here like really. They have a huge presence.
Yeah.
In the dealer hall. It's like you can see it from anywhere. It's just this giant 2-story booth.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, eBay is here.
Bob is also saying the monster truck was featured on Nellie's Nerdy Adventures vlog today. That's awesome. We're behind on her vlogs because
we only watched the first like 2 Nellie videos this year. And Nellie, if you're watching, hi. If we find you, we're gonna put you in our video, and then we'll be in your video. But we saw Derek, her husband, but he was busy. It looked like. But we really want to talk to Nellie, if anybody. But yeah, we only watched like the first 2 Nellie. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about because they didn't watch our Gen Con like overview video.
And it was like at the very end of that.
If you want to get a vlog experience of Gen Con from like an RPGer kind of like Nellie's wacky. She's cool. But look up Nellie's Nerdy Adventures, I think is what her YouTube channel is. But just type in tips for Gen Con or something. You'll find her channel. She is from Ireland and she does like vlogs of Gen Con. Her husband works for Gen Con, so she comes like super early, spends like 10 days in Indianapolis vlogging her events. She does stuff all around the city. She helps people prepare for the con. She helps people understand the behind the scenes and kind of stuff and the safety and the event system and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to see someone filming every day, she literally edits her videos and posts them every single day of Gen Con. That's like the only content she does. Is only goes like on YouTube, has videos once a year for Gen Con.
Well, she started doing Origins recently.
Origins too, yeah. But basically the convention season is the only time she makes videos. But check out Nellie. She's quirky, she's funny.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And yeah, the fact she takes her time out of the con to spend hours filming and then editing like till like 4 in the morning to like post a video so we can watch it during the con. Like the 2 Gen Cons I didn't get to go to that were actually happening, I was able to survive because I could watch her videos. Yeah, I cried because I wasn't there and everything, and it was depressing. But it was fun watching Nellie's adventures running around Gen Con. They helped me understand what Gen Con was a little bit. Obviously, I do different things at Gen Con, so I you know, it's a little different for me. But
it's nice, a different perspective.
Yeah,
right?
It's a nice. That's what I was trying to say. Is like it's a different perspective than what I will be telling you and showing you. And some other creators. She comes at it from a different point of view. Like she's here like 3 days after the con doing other things and stuff, which is neat to see the city like empty and whatever. But yeah, just go check her out. She's a small YouTuber. Go help her get to 1,000 subscribers because she puts in the work. And yeah, she tries. Leave her a nice comment. She's cool.
She has a little bit of behind the scenes too, right? Because she has the connection of her husband working for Gen Con and her husband's friends that work for Gen Con. So it's awesome to hear.
So yeah. Check her out.
Edward's saying, did you see the inflatable urban mech that Catalyst Games put at the main entrance to promote BattleTech? We did see it, but it looked like it was flopping over. So I don't think it was fully upright when we walked by.
We're right beside their thing right now. Look. No, wrong way. Hold on. We are right beside their event area. Catalyst Game Labs and BattleTech, they're playing it right beside us right now.
Yep.
Yeah, they're on the table right beside us. That's funny.
But we did see the big inflatable, but it was not.
Sorry, whoops.
It was not inflated at the time.
Camera issues. I'm having trouble with the control. No. All right. Oh, there. Oh, no, wrong way. It's like flying a plane with this joystick here. I don't know what's going on.
Dan is saying, how was CTG and Shadowborn booths?
CTG, we went in the booth for a bit on our live stream yesterday, but it was like cutting out and stuff, and it wasn't the best quality. It was like losing signal. But we just walked through to talk to some fans and some people working there that knew us.
Yep.
I didn't really look at much because we're going to get a demo of Hoplomachus Victorium on Sunday with the designer, like behind the scenes kind of thing. It'll be fun. So hopefully get to record some of that and give you my impressions of that later. And but I'll try to get some footage of their booth to post later on the channel. I'll go in there with my camera maybe on Sunday or when we're there.
Yeah.
But their booth's cool. It's nothing special. It looks very classy. They've done crazier stuff in the past where their booth's really eye-catching and crazy. But now they're like kind of maturing. It's like they have a very clean professional setup now, which is very nice. Which I appreciate, but I gotta get some of that coffee there, and if I can, if there's any left, yeah, go check out Hoplomachus Victorium there. They had this game. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
They had this game called Burn Cycle. I don't know. It seemed cool. I think I want to play that one. Seems neat. No, I'm just joking. We play that a lot on the channel. You guys can find that stuff.
All I was gonna say is that they have things very nicely displayed there.
Yes.
Like you said, classy is the right word.
Yeah,
it looks wonderful.
Yeah, they don't look like amateurs anymore.
Yeah.
They don't look like a small publisher anymore. They're like doing it proper. They put some money into their presentation. You can tell.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
And they're taking it serious.
Yeah, and then they have things displayed behind glass as well, which is very nice.
And Shadowborn Games, their booth is more like a closet. It's very small. Like Chip Theory has like a big booth. Or medium-sized booth, I would say, but like a nice convention booth. You can walk in from all different angles, lots of product everywhere, demo tables. They even have a press area in the back and stuff like that. But Shadowborn is literally like one table, 4 chairs, and you can't even fit in it, and they just have their product on display and some art. But they have some nice stuff in a glass case, I think, there, some nice minis and stuff.
I don't think I saw it, because you said I think you saw this when you were walking without me.
No, when you guys were there that morning at Shadowborn, Oathsworn guys.
Oh!
The Oathsworn booth, the first booth you went to.
Total brain fart.
Yeah, the first
I thought
booth.
It was something else. Okay, yes, they do have,
I know that was a long time ago because it was like 2 days. It was yesterday morning, which is like.
I thought I hadn't been there,
a bajillion hours ago in Gen Con time.
Yeah, it is a very small booth. Yeah, they do have things behind glass, which was cool.
It looks nice, but it's like
tiny.
obviously it's a small publisher. They have like one game, so you don't expect them to have a huge booth yet.
Yeah.
But it looked nice, but it's not like something that you'd expect from a larger publisher where it's like, taking up like multiple aisles and tons of cool signs and stuff. It's a first-timer's booth, but it's small. It's nice.
But they have the game there displayed. They have the minis in the glass case, which is awesome. Can you get coffee there?
Yes,
we can.
Yeah, they are selling the coffee. We saw it yesterday when we were there streaming, but I just didn't buy any yet, and we got to get some before we leave. But they might run out. I don't know. I don't know how much they have.
It's hard, right? Because there's a fine line of when you want to purchase things and how long you want to carry things for.
And sometimes when I go to a booth, I already have two or three bags under my arms full of games. I have no room to carry anything, and my backpack's full, and like I just can't buy anything, so I got to come back later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Daniel, we did plan to get the coffee yesterday, but we didn't. Hopefully Sunday, maybe.
Yes, Helen, this call just goes and goes and goes. There's endless tables in all directions of people gaming all night long, all day long. Tons of publishers are renting tables out, just playing games, playing their demos, and especially after 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, when the exhibit hall closes, everyone kind of moves to the gaming hall to start gaming, especially after they go out and eat dinner and stuff. So it's always busy, always hustling and bustling, especially now that we've reached the weekend. More people attend the con on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so it's going to be definitely busier tomorrow night. So yeah, it's crazy. It's way busier in here than last night for sure.
You know what's crazy? You talk about how busy it is, right? And how big it is and how much space and people. It was so funny this morning that we literally were walking down a hall. We bumped into Janet and her husband, and then we were chatting, and then Kenji and Stacy walked by. So all of us kind of met up in this one place in the hall.
That was weird. That was like weird timing.
It was so strange.
That hall is huge.
It's so big, and it's like we were all just walking in the same direction.
You know whose booth it was in front of, though? Friends of the channel. It was, oh my God.
Whose booth? I don't even know where we were standing.
Brain fart. It's AJ's booth.
Oh, Van Ryder Games.
Van Ryder Games. Oh my God.
I was like, I forget where we were standing. Until
my brain is fried, but I remember AJ sitting there. So yeah, I was in front of the Van Ryder Games booth, where they were like had Final Girl and all that stuff was there.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Tiny says at PAX U, I ended up paying someone $100 to help me carry purchases back to the hotel.
Oh my gosh.
I wish I did that, but to me, that $100 is another game I could buy to play on the channel. So I need the exercise anyway, so I'm okay to carry this stuff. I'll heal after Gen Con. You're probably not going to hear from me for a couple days after Gen Con while I recover. But after that, it'll be worth it. It'll be fine.
Do you want to tell them about the little perk that we get with the parking? That funny story? Or no?
You can tell them, sure,
okay.
Whatever.
Well, I think it's funny, or yours from today, but so they have this little added benefit or bonus, I guess, which where we are parking, they have a driver that will drive you on the back of a golf cart.
So some parking services here, there's an official parking thing Gen Con does with Gate 10. They do parking for like all the sporting events and stuff in Indianapolis. But you can rent a spot with Gate 10, and they have a shuttle. They have multiple shuttles, I think, that'll take you from the parking lots around the city to the convention. This parking lot we parked at this year, they have it's just a local business, and they rent out their parking lot. Mm-hmm. So we tried that out this year. But they have like a little golf cart that, they just, if they're there, they will drive you down a few blocks to the convention.
Right to the front door.
Yeah, right to the front door. You're sitting on a little golf cart, and they're like racing through the crowds to get you to the front door. It's super fun.
Yep.
But the only problem is because the convention's so big, I'll buy a game. I still have to walk like 30 minutes to get to the damn door to meet the guy to drive me back if he's even there.
He's there, yeah.
I haven't been driven back to my car or the hotel yet by anybody.
Right.
But we have been driven from our car back after. So unfortunately, I've always had to carry my games because I'm too lazy to text them and wait for them to come pick me up. But I need the exercise, and it's nice to walk outside after you've been inside all day. So I just do it. But
it's cool, thinking Tiny paid somebody $100 to help carry. Yeah. So they know what they were doing at this parking lot, that people may need a lift every now and again.
Yeah. It's just a neat little bonus, which is fun.
And it saves you some time too if you can catch them. Yeah.
Let's see here. Also about planning, so Daniel's saying, didn't you plan to get the coffee yesterday? Daniel, I plan to get certain things on certain days, but you just get lost, run out of time, you start doing other things, and we get back to the hotel, and every time I'm like, oh, Mel, we forgot to go back to this booth after. Oh, we'll go tomorrow. So it's easily to get distracted and have 100 things to do and forget what you need to do. So. Yeah. But we'll go by it Sunday. We have to go to their booth on Sunday for a meeting anyway. So we'll be there on Sunday for sure. And if they have any left, we'll grab it then. But, yeah.
Bosses might have been asked, but what was your favorite game that you tried so far?
I don't know. The only games we've actually played was Dice Throne we were playing on stream yesterday.
Yeah. Demos, I don't really count them as play.
Yeah, so we used to sign up for events and actually play full games at previous Gen Cons. The only problem we found out, we run out of time and don't get to see as many games. So now how I approach it with the YouTube channel and stuff and wanting to play more games on the channel, I usually approach a booth and say, explain me your game, you tell me the elevator pitch or show me a few turns, tell me why your game's awesome or why I should play it or why it fits for our channel. And I explain our channel. I spend time explaining who we are, if they don't know who we are. and then I have them explain a bunch of different games, and we like take notes or we record it or whatever. But I usually don't have the time to actually start moving pieces myself and get into the game and the rules and stuff. I'll do that later on my own time and on the stream, and not waste their time, not waste my time, because there's way too much to do here. I can't spend 2 hours, but there are exceptions. I am going to spend 2 hours playing Hoplomachus Victorium and have it demoed and taught to me and play it because I can. And I'm going to play with the designer, which is a super cool experience. I hope it's good. My experience, I mean. I know the game will probably be good. But yeah, I hope it's not just like my experience with the Undaunted thing today I was talking about earlier in the stream. Playing with or seeing the designer explain the game to us. I love that stuff. But yeah, we haven't really played much.
No, just Marvel Dice Throne.
And I explained that before. Now, when I used to come to Gen Con, I play in tournaments. I play board games at night. We'd play with other people. We would play in events. But this Gen Con is so different. It's all about just like meeting people, business, getting games, checking out new games, getting information, and just exchanging information. So I don't have time to like actually play a board game at Gen Con. It feels like I have, which is nice. But when I go to Gen Con, if I play 1 or 2 games, that's like I'm happy. That's good. That's all I need. I'm just looking to gather. I'm like out on a hunt, and I'm trying to gather stuff. And then later at home, I'll be playing these games, streaming these games. I'll get my chance later to really dive into them. I'm just trying to learn about them here. That's how I treat it. If that makes sense.
The other thing that's hard too, first I want to say thank you to Matthew. Matthew super chatted $5 and says, "Prop to Mel for the wonderful haircut, Rob." Thank you so much.
This one's a Gen Con special. She took an extra 5 minutes on this one. It was good stuff.
It did take a little longer.
She double checked it. It was great. I was like, you better do this one good, because I'll be up close and personal with people.
That's so funny.
I can't hide away behind the camera on this one.
Thank you for noticing that.
Normally I use a special live streaming Photoshop kind of plug-in techniques to make the haircut look good, but this one actually is good. So
that's so funny.
I'm just kidding. I use machine learning on the video to fix my haircuts normally, but this one she made sure was good.
The other thing I was going to say about playing games at Gen Con, it's challenging too, right? Because you open this game and you have to take the time to read the rules. If nobody's played it, let's say you're picking up a brand new game, nobody's read the rules, nobody knows how to play, so you have to take that time, explain the game, learn the game. So it's a lot harder unless you're playing a game that somebody already knows and they can teach it to you. But
Helen, I don't think I'm going to stream the Hoplo thing. I was streaming yesterday when we were in Chip Theory's booth, and the Wi-Fi is not great in that side of the exhibit hall. It was dropping our stream. The bit rate was dropping. The quality was crap. You can see that. I was there testing for that reason, kind of too, just to see how it would work.
Yeah.
So I'll just try to record if they have room. Supposedly it's really tight. Mel and I are going to try to squeeze in there and film and stuff. But if we can't film, I'm just going to record it so I get audio at least, and kind of like use that to record it to listen to later. And I'll still try to make a video, or like in our follow-up Gen Con streams, I'll be able to describe my thoughts on the game and like how my experience was as best I can. Maybe I'll have some footage for like kind of like the B-roll kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To give you an idea of what it looks like and how my experience was. But I'm going to try to bring cameras and microphones and see if I can film it at least, and see how it looks and if I can edit that into something later. But really, I'm just going for the experience selfishly to have some one-on-one time with Chip Theory and check out the game. And I appreciate them giving us the time and the update to like respect us enough to show us that game and care enough. So I think that's really cool. So I don't know what to expect. They just told me it's a really tight space. It's in the noisy hall, just like this, but it's behind some like curtains basically, so we'll see. I don't know what it's gonna be like, but we are also demoing with the designer of the War of the Ring, the card game, but that's in the middle of the hall. It's gonna be loud and noisy. I'll try to record that one. I don't think I can stream that one either if it's not good Wi-Fi over there. I don't know, but so yeah, I'll just record and then give you my thoughts later, try to post some stuff. So I'm not gonna get greedy and try to stream, because if the stream starts dropping and the record fails, then I have like nothing, right? So I'd rather just try to be safe and record it locally, and we'll see what happens.
So to answer the question, we don't know who will be playing, like who will be teaching us the game.
They just said one of the designers.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Adam here, so I don't think it's Adam. I think it's is it Hunter? Is Hunter the other guy? I think that co-designed that with Adam. I could be wrong. Somebody will tell me in the chat who's working on the Victorium with Adam. I forget his name. It might be Hunter. I forget. But any of them, just sitting with somebody who worked on the game. I love when it's like the designer, not a marketing person. I always love hearing their experiences developing the game, why they made choices they made. You know?
Yep. Sean is saying, any cool gaming accessories like Gloomhaven, Frosthaven card holders or items, or like items?
There is a crap ton of accessories here. There's booths just dedicated on cool dice and card holders and dice trays and dice towers and cases to hold your RPG dice in and costumes and like swords and like there's jewelry. There's like Lord of the Rings and Witcher themed like jewelry and dice and stuff. Cthulhu themed everything. There is crazy accessories to games and things here too. Tons of it. Premium terrain and do-it-yourself this and do-it-yourself that. Like, there's so much of that stuff here. It's like overwhelming, really. There's like so much of it.
There's so much, yeah.
I don't know. I know at the Cephalofair Games booth they had like some of like the Gloomhaven coins and things. I grabbed some of those to play with Frosthaven and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say. Like, I'm not really looking for bling here.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not endless fun, so I'm like trying to find games to play, not so much things to bling out games. But I do love that stuff. I just I've gotten away from blinging out games that maybe won't be played forever, because in reality there's always another game to play. So every dollar I spend on blinging out a game that has a risk of never being played again is kind of a waste to me. But I am jelly. I love that stuff. I think it's great it exists and it's super cool. There's tons of that here, tons of it.
Yeah.
But to describe it all to you, I wouldn't even know where to start. And I'm not really paying attention to that stuff this year. But I have walked by and I filmed some of it, so you might see that in videos coming up, some like footage of some of those booths. I'll try to get some more footage of that stuff when I have time to show you guys. But yeah, that's the plan. But I think we're gonna wrap this up. I didn't realize what time it was.
Oh yeah, we need to get some food in us.
Yeah, we need to go eat. We need to go kick our feet up, relax, wind down, and get ready for tomorrow. Another day from like, I don't know, 8:30 or whatever till like late again. So we gotta keep going, and then we still have Sunday to survive. So we'll check in with you guys. We'll try to stream again tomorrow at some point. It'll probably be after we do the War of the Ring card game demo. So we can maybe talk a little bit about it, but I'll save most of that for like a video later. But yeah, we'll let you guys know what's been happening. It might be a little boring because I don't know how many more publishers we need to see or we haven't seen yet, but we'll try. There's a couple booths we'll try to.
There's a couple booths we still haven't seen.
Yeah, there's a couple rows or a couple aisles or whatever we haven't covered yet completely. So we'll try to get those done tomorrow morning. I'll try to film a bit more for videos later. And we'll get ready for that demo, and then we have a Marvel Champions event at 4 o'clock where we'll tomorrow get to try out Mutant Genesis. So I'll try to have my camera for that. Maybe I can live stream that if it's in a good Wi-Fi area.
Oh, yeah,
did we stream from that area? We did.
We did stream from that.
Yeah, we streamed from tables over there before, and it worked. So we might be able to stream from our Marvel Champions event tomorrow, maybe. And Caleb will be there. Maybe we can get Caleb to stop on stream and say hi.
That would be awesome.
If he's around. One of the designers of the game. So that would be cool.
That'd be fun.
I saw him here. He's here. But yeah, we had him actually, like, I don't know, like 6 years ago or 7 years ago, sit down and hang out with us while he played Lord of the Rings. And we got to play with him and talk to him about the game. And also, when MJ was working on Lord of the Rings, we got to sit down with her in the past. So yeah, like, and MJ's here too.
Yep.
Or I think it's, I watched the stream today, they were calling her Maxine or Maxime.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm sorry MJ, or if that's not the right name, I'll find out. I'll try to find out if we see her, but yeah, we'll try to get that right, but yeah, anyways, some cool designers, hopefully we'll get to see tomorrow at that Marvel Champions event if they're over in the FFG area. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Anyways, thank you all for watching. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for hanging out on this impromptu live stream. We'll try to check back in with you guys tomorrow on the live stream. but we are recording video here and there. We'll try to post some of that later, so stay tuned to the channel. If you're interested in more Gen Con footage, hit that like button. If you want to just see more tabletop playthroughs and stuff that we normally do on the channel, we will eventually have more of those. We are getting games while we're here. We're going to be back live streaming for you guys and making tabletop gaming playthrough videos soon. So I'm sorry we're not doing that right now. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I want to jump in too and say thank you so much for all the super chats tonight. That was so generous.
Yeah, you guys don't have to do that.
Thank you. We're going to put that right back into the gaming budget.
Yeah, that does help with the stress of looking at the credit card statement after we're done this weekend, I'm sure. I appreciate it, I do.
Thank you so much.
It'll go towards the savings for PAX U later in the year if we do go there. So I appreciate it. Or Gen Con next year, which we have to start planning for like a couple months from now, if that's going to be a thing. But anyways, thank you all for the support. Thank you for the love. Click that like button, share the video, subscribe, all the YouTube,
all the things,
all the marketing jargon I have to say. But thank you for helping our channel grow. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll keep checking in with you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Oh, this is the awkward time where I realize I can't end the stream very quickly. Oh, now I